World University and Schools live Hangout on Air on Monday, August 26, 2019. And I'm Scott McLeod, and as we wait for people to join us, I'd like to share a little news and answer potentially questions you might have shared in a variety of ways. So World University and School is glad to announce that we're newly in Google search. If you search on World University and School in Google search, we'll come up, and in particular, as a 501c3 nonprofit organization, we're in Google for nonprofits. This is exciting. This is potentially a whole new campus for World University and School in the Google ecosystem. And with regard to World University and School being a nonprofit organization. And in a similar vein, we're also on Google Maps. And the Google Maps option allows for access to this new campus, and the URL for accessing this, for sharing World University and School via Google Maps is g:/world-university-and-school?share. So those are momentous developments for World University and School, that we're in Google for nonprofits as a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization, and that we can now share ourselves with the world via the Google platform, Google ecosystem. This is great. And in a related vein, World University and School will attend online Google for Nonprofits workshop for managing volunteers on September 10th, 2019. And this will be part of World University and School's plans to develop a very robust volunteer program, initially in English, but then in all 7,111 known living languages, and in all 200 countries, with some parallels to Wikipedia's volunteer communities, from which Wikimedia Foundation does hire people from. So Wikimedia have communities of volunteers in around 200 out of their 300 supported languages. And this has been a very important and vibrant aspect of Wikipedia's growth over many years now. World University and School would like to develop similarly volunteer communities. And this option to manage volunteers with Google products, in a sense, will be more available after September 10th, 2019, when World University and School will attend this training for how to manage volunteers. So World University and School's Monday question and answer news sessions are continuing. A number of people have asked how to get into these. And as we work newly in StreamYard, this platform that records to YouTube, but also facilitates conversation, it looks like Fritz is in this conversation today live. So he's participating, and I think he typically does not have voice or audio, so he's typically only texting, and I think we have to learn further how to text from StreamYard presently. And as we look into that, I'll share a few more news items. World University and School is seeking the initial $5,000 to begin licensing with the state of California's Bureau of Private Postsecondary Education, BPPE, and then concurrently the initial $12,000 plus dollars and monies to begin the accreditation process, and then initial monies to begin to hire student interns to develop World University and School, and as financial commitments of monies for licensing, accreditation and hiring in the year 2020 and in the years beyond that. So this is an ongoing seeking for these monies, which will help us grow and develop and gain legitimacy and a track record as we license on the MIT OpenCourseware, first in English, but then in its other 4 languages, Turkish, Korean, Chinese, and Spanish. World University and School will seek to offer degrees in languages and countries beyond these 5 languages with time, but first English with BPPE licensing, and for bachelor, free to students bachelor and PhD degrees. World University and School has gotten some logo updates thanks to Peter Bote. Thank you so much, Peter, for outreach and branding. And I will post below the YouTube today this YouTube video for 26 August 2019, World University and School's news and question and answer, some links to World University and School's minutes, which will carry links to these logos. Websites are being updated with these logos presently, and thank you again for the logos for both World University and School on the nonprofit side, and differentially for the WUS Press additionally. In World University and School, seeking an information technology team to help code World University and School newly, potentially in the Google ecosystem and in Wikibase, Wikidata too. World University and School will attend Reed College's Forum for Advancing Reed, acronym of FAR, Forum for Advancing Reed, over the weekend of Saturday, September 14th, as in exploring collaboration with Reed and World University and School. Part of this process will likely involve beginning to code, this team beginning to code for the WS Corporation Press as well, an online bookstore and computer store and robotics store, hospital technologies store. See the links below this YouTube video for the 14 planned revenue streams at World University and School for both wings. And while in Portland, Oregon, visiting the Reed College Forum for Advancing Reed meeting, I'll stay with a former World University and School board member and a Quaker, I'm glad to write and say. The 6th news item I'd like to share is that the World University and School Press is distinct from World University and School will publish its 4th book this autumn, titled tentatively To the Dance or the Pools, ? Virtually, how different it is to soak at Harbin than to realize it in virtual reality. This book is an exploration of partly the poetry of creating a virtual world and exploring both the Harbin experience in actual life, in poetry, and in virtual reality online. So stay tuned for this book. And as a parallel to this book, World University and School is seeking to create a realistic virtual Earth, realistic virtual universe, and realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs as actual virtual physical digital STEM ethnographic field site, and as part of this overarching project. And seventh and lastly, WS has reached out to CoinZoom founder Todd Crossland about the possibility of planning conceptually for coding for World University and School learners and teachers and students in all 200 countries and in all 7,111 known living languages, and then explore planning for all 7.5 billion people, coding for them as you at World University and School people, Universitians, each of whom would get a Wikidata Q item. And this would partly, in addition, be for exploring developing a single cryptocurrency with blockchain backed by some number of 200 countries' central banks. Think 19 out of 28 Eurozone countries developing newly a digital currency. And with World University and Schools, law schools in each of 200 nation states' official languages. And World University and School is also seeking to explore distributing such a single digital currency or cryptocurrency to all 7.5 billion people via universal basic income experiments. And importantly, to explore ways to alleviate poverty. The correspondence with Todd Crossland and his CoinZoom project with Visa is in the minutes for World University and School's monthly business meeting. So that's a little bit of news. And it looks like some people are adding text in texting, but Fritz is not. And just to respond briefly to some of the questions, I think universities are about knowledge generation, and that they will and do facilitate ways for people to both learn more about the world and thereby potentially help society. The growth of universities into all 200 countries' official languages, great universities, and then potentially schools in all 7,100 living languages, 100 living languages will facilitate helping more people and people helping themselves on the wiki side of World University and School. So I'm glad that edX, which was founded by MITx and HarvardX, by MIT and Harvard, is an early instantiation of that. World University and School accrediting on MIT OpenCourseWare, which is Creative Commons 4 licensed to offer online free to students degrees, will help many, both with careers and with knowledge generation and with contributions to society. Thanks for your questions. And I'm going to sign off now. World University and School's website is worlduniversityandschool.org. Questions or thoughts, info@worlduniversityandschool.org. Go to the Twitter feed, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH. Similarly, YouTube feed, youtube.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH, to which this StreamYard video will be streamed. Thank you, and thank you for your questions.